How's it going, everybody? My name's Warner Fields with Fields of Profit. I'm a mid six-figure full-time Amazon seller, and in today's video I'm going to be diving into Helium 10. This is a brand new type of video to the channel. I'm actually looking at developing my very first private label product this year, and I'm going to be documenting the process as we go. So I have been learning Helium 10 to find my very first product opportunity, and I wanted to share what I've learned with you guys, so that maybe if you're looking at getting into private label this year, you're going to be able to really nail it with Helium 10. I think this is a super powerful tool to actually dig in and find a great product example idea and just be able to roll from there. If you're brand new to the channel or you haven't checked it out already, I do have a completely free Discord server that's linked down below. Tons of great free information. I would love to see you in there, but let's go ahead and jump into the video. Alright, so for this video, I'm going to be specifically diving into the black box feature of Helium 10. This has been something that I've been using a bunch to find some specific keywords that are going to be useful for my product that I'm going to go ahead and develop here. So I've just been looking through the keywords specifically for the search volume. This is, if you treat Amazon like a search engine, this is essentially what's going to establish the demand for your product. So we're going to be looking for products that get searched a little bit, so 2,000 times or more, but not a ton, because these products that are getting searched a ton probably already have some pretty serious competitors. So I'm going to go for 2,000 to 8,000 for monthly revenue. I'm going to leave it blank. I'm just going to leave that up to the search volume to make sure that we're finding a relatively low competition niche. For the price, I'm going to look for a product that's at least $15 to give us room to work for PPC, increased shipping prices right now. Maybe you're watching this later down the road and shipping prices have returned, but it's very expensive to get things shipped across the ocean right now. So I'm going to go from 15 to 50. I don't want to be selling anything super high end quite yet. For the review count, I'm going to go for a maximum of 200. That's going to be the average review count for the entire keyword. So that's going to be finding products that are not super saturated, but there are a couple, maybe one or two products that are starting to kill it. And then for the word count, I'm going to go ahead and sort for phrases that are, I don't want to find single words. Those are difficult to rank for. So I'm going to be looking for at least 2 words, and I'm going to look for a maximum of 5 words. So just a simple little phrase to kind of give me a rough idea of the product that I'm going to go ahead and develop. The categories is going to be super important. A bunch of these categories I definitely want to avoid if I am developing a product. Like, I'm definitely not going to be developing an appliance. So I'm going to go for arts and crafts. Let's go for maybe baby, beauty. Let's go for grocery. Actually, let's avoid grocery. That could be, there's some extra legislation and stuff that would be involved there. Let's go for health and household, home and kitchen, kitchen and dining, industrial. I just want to look for an easy commodity product. There's no reason to get crazy fancy with your first product, just to kind of prove the concept. So office products, maybe patio, pet supplies, sports and outdoors, maybe tools. And then there's just a couple more tweaks that I want to make to this search. The title density is something that I've been playing around with here. This is the number of products. So when we search this specific phrases, so this search is going to give us phrases for products that we can sell. This title density is going to limit the number of products that show up on page 1 specifically for those phrases. So if you make it a max of, let's say, 3, that means that there are only 3 products that are really a great fit for that search term, which is going to mean that the product is going to have less competition and the PPC is going to be more affordable because there's only a couple other sellers who are targeting that specific phrase. And then I'm also going to go over here to shipping size, and I'm just going to select small standard size for now. Maybe I'll get fancy with it later, but I'm going to just start with a very small product. And from here, we're going to go ahead and press search. And now we should have a bunch of just random phrases, some potential opportunities. A lot of it will be, maybe branded. So for example, my celebrity dream wedding, that's probably some kind of a show, something like that we're not going to have the IP for. Now we've got bouquet charms for wedding memory. This is kind of interesting. It's a more generic product. So maybe we could just look at bouquet charms. So I'm going to go ahead and click it over here and then view it on Amazon, see what comes up, see what's people are selling. So it looks like a fairly cheap product. It's just a pretty simple little charm here. It could be easy to manufacture, but what I'm going to go ahead and do now is run the Helium 10 extension. So I've got the extension up and running now, so we're going to go ahead and click it up here, and then we're going to go ahead and press X-ray, and this is going to kind of identify whether or not this might be a good opportunity for us, because we're going to be looking at things like the revenue as it relates to the number of ratings. So we can see these sellers they have about 300, maybe 275. A lot of these don't have a lot of ratings at all. So we can see, let me go ahead and drag this over here. So you can see how some of these sellers who have a good amount of ratings aren't getting a ton of revenue, but then a bunch of these sellers, so this one's got 15 ratings, already doing about 1,000 a month. 100 ratings, already doing 2,000, 150 is doing 4,000 a month. So it seems like it could be an interesting opportunity. These two features on X-ray are going to be pretty handy to have too. So it's going to, the first one's going to show you basically how many of the top 10 products are pretty good products. In other words, have over $5,000 a month of revenue. And then the second one's going to show you the number of products within the top 10 products that has under 75 reviews. So if this was like a 10 and 10, that means everyone is brand new and everyone is killing it. So you've got to sell this product. In this case, no one's really crushing it, and a lot of these sellers are already decently established. So just because none of the people in this niche are really crushing it, this is going to be something I would skip on. But we're going to go ahead and continue our search here. So since that opportunity wasn't an amazing opportunity, let's go ahead and hop back over into our search and see if we can find something else that's maybe a little bit interesting. Moon Knight poster seems like it's probably branded. Valentine's, it's a little seasonal. I'd prefer to avoid seasonals, especially for my very first private label product. A fantasy football ring is something that does sound kind of interesting. Obviously, I'm not interested in the 2021 part, but I might go ahead and grab this, and we'll go ahead and go over here to Amazon. Let's see what shows up when we do fantasy football rings. We'll see how competitive this is. It might be a decent opportunity for us. So now we're going to go ahead and run the X-ray extension on this product to see if it's a good opportunity. We got fantasy football ring. We'll see, we'll read these circles over here. So this is a good sign over here. We've got some, we like to see these check marks. As far as review count, I'm seeing a ton of, it looks like this person has 1 rating. They did 18,000 in revenue. 12 ratings is doing $28,000 in revenue. So a fantasy football ring is something that might be worth pursuing as a niche. This seems like a pretty cool opportunity here. I'm seeing a lot of volume and not a lot of ratings on these products, so we love to see that. It would be interesting to see maybe the logistics of getting something like this created, as far as how difficult that would be, whether or not you might have any like trademark problems. You'd have to make something that looks fairly generic, like something like this where they're just using a rescan of the NFL logo. Kind of borderline. They might be in trouble on that one, but this could be an opportunity that would be definitely worth exploring. So from here, on the X-ray Chrome extension, you could actually go ahead and pull that back up and go do find suppliers on Alibaba, and that's going to throw up some examples of different custom. So it looks like we've got custom fantasy football rings for $5 all the way down to $3 a unit. So, you know, you could work with a distributor or work with the supplier on this, create some kind of custom product that would appeal to a lot of people. And this is something that's actually kind of interesting as an idea for me. Maybe I'll look a little bit more into this, but, you know, as you saw there, it really didn't take us very long at all to find a product that could be a little bit viable. If you are interested in checking out Helium 10 to identify some opportunities for yourself, there's a code down below for 50% off your first month. If you look at the pricing over here, you are going to need the Platinum plan to use the tools that I've showed off. So it's going to make it $50 for your first month, which would be a good amount of time to really find your first product idea. I haven't been using this software for a super long time, and I've been getting pretty comfortable with it. As you can see, this niche right here might be something really worth exploring. But there is one other quick feature I wanted to go ahead and show off here that's actually on the Helium 10 dashboard. I kind of looked at this and laughed at it when really it's a pretty interesting tool. I was able to use this to find an idea that was actually, it looked like a pretty decent idea to me. It's just a what's trending on Pinterest button, because Pinterest tends to be way ahead of a lot of trends that you're then able to, you know, capitalize that on Amazon and see if maybe Pinterest is ahead on something and there's something that's in hot demand on Pinterest that people might be looking for, and you could be the one who goes in and develops that product. So you're just going to go ahead and refresh. A lot of this will just be, you know, retirement party ideas. apartment organization. That's a little generic. Recipes. So this is maybe something we could look into, like Scandinavian decor, see if there's something that ranks for that. Blanket ladders, probably going to have a lot of products already on Amazon, but I had some fun scrolling through here, and I was able to find, I'm trying to get to something that's usable here. Ankle tattoos, black and white wallpaper, graffiti art. A lot of this has been pretty generic, but maybe cow print nails is something that we could look at. So maybe like a cow print nails custom. So we can go ahead and throw that in here. All right, so it looks like this product is pretty cheap, so this might not be a great starter product, but we can go ahead and check it out here. Like, this person only has 3 ratings and they're already ranking number 1. They're 41,000 in beauty, which means they're selling a good amount. This person's 19,000 with only 136 ratings. This product is a little cheap for my preferences. But spinning this little Pinterest wheel it's a nice way to, if you really can't think of anything at all, you've exhausted the black box feature, the searches you want to run for that day. Not that you're limited, but if you just want a different way to source some products, I was having some fun with this. And it kind of gives you something to maybe roll off of. A lot of this isn't going to be exactly the product that's a home run product, but it's going to kind of give you some ideas, some worlds to think in. Like, I'm looking at this and now I'm thinking about maybe I can bundle cow print nails with other different, like fun animal prints, and put that in a multi-pack, and maybe then I'm able to charge 15 to 20 bucks for it, get that margin to where I want it. So it just kind of gets your brain flowing, looking for specific product ideas. But I just wanted to show that off because I think that was just a really cool feature that's just kind of on the dashboard. So I hope you guys enjoyed this value and found a ton of value in it. If you did, please feel free to hit that subscribe button to follow my journey as I develop a private label product, try to add some transparency, and eliminate the Lambo gurus in the private label industry. But I'd really appreciate any comments or questions you guys have. Feel free to drop those down below. But I really appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you next time.